Welcome to On the Bit, your weekly preview of the weekend's racing. I'm Dave from Dream Thoroughbreds, and with me is Lenny from Bluegrass Bloodclot. How are you, Lenny?
Very good, Dave.
That's good. We had a bit of a tough week last weekend. We found Dunedin in the Cup, and we started off the meeting quite slow but finished quite hard. So this week we're coming to you from Moonee Valley, the venue of the Weight for Age Championship, the Group 1 Cox Plate over 20-40 metres. And who do you like in the Cox Plate, Lenny?
Great race, Dave.
Yep.
Lots of depth. It's pretty even. I think there's going to be good speed in this race. Good speed, which for my mind, they're going to be jostling to the first turn, and I think a horse like Green Moon is going to get a good posse from barrier 5.
Yep.
I think you need, in this race, you need a horse that can run a real solid 2,000, even a mile and a half, and he's the horse for me. His Turnbull Stakes win was a ripper. He's a horse that absorbs pressure, and this is a pressure race.
No doubt.
Apart from him, chances are, I can't discount Piero. He's a gun 3-year-old. He had a tough run last start. He's a tough horse.
Yep.
And he's got no weight on his back, and he's going to be right there. My bet in the race is actually going to be Ethiopia as a place bet. I like this horse. His Turnbull run was a really good run, and when the horses are off the bit going backwards down the side at the 600, he's going to be going forwards.
Very
and
strong,
I think he can run into a place.
Yeah, no doubt. I think the barrier draws ruined a few chances in this race. The horses with pace are drawn on the outside, so I expect Brassier to shoot across and lead, More Joyous to follow him with Nash on board, Green Moon to just get the tuck behind the pace along the fence, and Piero to sit outside him. Ocean Park, I think, is in danger of getting caught 3 wide here, and may need to go back to get some cover. And All Too Hard drawn barrier 3 has got Glass Harmonian in barrier 2, who's known to play up in the barriers. I've got a feeling All Too Hard, if he misses the kick, is no chance once they jump and misses the kick. So I think once the field settles, they may steady up the pace. So about from the 800, they'll start peeling off from out the back, because the ones out the back will need to get going. But I think the 2 horses in the box seat, Green Moon and Piero, will be the ones poised to sort of pounce around the 600. I expect Craig Williams to peel off the fence at the 600 with a Green Moon and actually probably hit the lead before the turn, and I think it would be very hard to run down. So Green Moon's my tip for the Cox Plate as well. Piero is the danger. He's got 9.5 kilos weight advantage. He's been to Moonee Valley before and had a run, but I think he may be pushed a little wide around that final turn and may just get on his wrong leg. I think all the dangers will be pushed wide with Green Moon sort of peeling out. So Piero is sort of the danger for mine to run second. And Ocean Park, I think it'll really take an inspired ride by Glenn Boss to get him to win this, and I don't think there's enough pace for these horses at the back to catch Green Moon and Piero, so they're the 2 for mine. The Group 1 Manikato Stakes over 1200 is another feature race on Friday night, and this is a great race. Lenny, who do you like in the Manikato?
Very even field. Some good Sydney horses coming down for this. What I like about this race for a horse like Buffering is there doesn't seem to be a lot of pressure early, and he's got a horse like Bell Sprinter drawn outside him, which can miss the kick, and Buffering has been a bit tardy away his last couple of starts, but I think if he can just hold his line, even if he half misses it, just hold his line on the rail, he's going to be able to still control the race.
That's the key,
and that'll win it for him.
Yep.
And for me, he's on the bit, he's the winner. I've got to give a good chance to Sea Siren. She's a great mare.
Yep.
Trial really well. And Peter Moody's horse, what's his name?
Ready to Rip.
Yep. Was unlucky last start, and as a fresh horse, he goes well.
Yep. I'm not going to say Buffering's off the bit, but I'm really worried about barrier 1 here. I actually think there's a couple of speedsters outside him, and if they cross him early, I think he's in big trouble from barrier 1. A couple of the speedy fillies down below, like Satin Shoes, Halliwell Bell, will take him on. So I'm a little bit worried about this. I actually think there's a bit of pace in this race, actually, and I think it'll set up for some get-back sprinters to run on. So I'm actually tipping an upset in this race. And there's two main chances. I know everyone's going to think I'm mental, but I think mental's a good chance in this race. He's tackling Group 1 for the first time, and I know that, and you're going to get a price because of that. But he goes very well first up. The 1200 will really suit him. He's drawn Parrier 9, so he will go back, but he'll be out in the open, and I think he'll get an unimpeded run. And Kieran McAvoy, even though he's got his critics, when he gets horses to the outside and allows them to swoop, he's actually quite a good jockey at sort of judging the pace of these run-on horses. He's $13 fixed odds. You might even get better on the day. I think he's on the bit each way. The other horse I give a very good chance to do the same thing is Lone Rock. She ran into a lot of dead ends against Buffering last start up the straight. She should have finished second. I think the 1200 at Moonee Valley is a good course and distance for her, as they tend to work a little bit harder in the lead, and if they take him on and Bell Sprinter doesn't miss and pushes Buffering, I think it'll give the back markers a better chance. So she's a little bit skinny at $6.50 fixed odds. I think you may be able to get $8 on the night, and I think each way she's good each way value too. So I think if you sort of throw in Buffering and Sea Siren into your exotics, I think you might get a good result out of that race. I really like that race. I reckon it's a very even race and going to be great entertaining value on Friday night. Stable news for the week Lenny. Any stable news?
Oh, just Bluegrass Bloodstock's got a mare in New Zealand that foaled a lovely colt. She was a two-time winner for us, and she's had a lovely colt last week by Castledale, who was a two-time Group 1 winner in the States, and he'll be looking to come out here in another season or two and race under the Bluegrass colours.
Very nice. Looking forward to that. We've got some exciting news. We've got Chosen Moment running in a Group 3 3-year-old over 1200 on the Saturday, race 4. Race 4 number 1. We bypassed the Blue Sapphire a couple of weeks ago to set him for this race. He's been working very well here. He's a bit fitter from his first up run when he was a little bit unlucky when he ran second here.
It was a massive run here.
Yeah, it was. We expect him to go really close on Saturday, and this is his chance to get a win at group level. We've also got Beringer, who's been working really well. He had a little bit of a setback after his last run. So he actually missed the run a couple of weeks ago, but he's been working well. We've trialled him. He's going to an open 1400 metre handicap on Bendigo Cup Day next Wednesday, and saw the noms today. As long as the track stays dry, he loves that Bendigo 1400. He'll be very, very competitive next Wednesday. And some encouraging news. We had Fruling show some improvement since last weekend. He's walking around. His red cell count is up and his white cell count is down. So just still keeping our fingers crossed, and hopefully next week we'll have some great news, and he'll be out of the wars and back just recuperating. He'll be out for a while, but he'll be recuperating at least.
That's good news.
So a great weekend of racing here at Moonee Valley. We've got Friday night and the Saturday cards. So who are your value bets for the weekend, Lenny?
Race 2 number 9 at the Valley Friday night, Candela. Really liked the way this horse ran at Caulfield 2 starts back. Did a lot of work up the hill. Finally got the lead. Boxed on well, ran 4th, and they stepped her up to the 1800 at Cranbourne in the night meeting, and it took a really good one. She controlled the race, and it took a good one, Shadow Margot, to run her down.
We like Shadow Margot, yeah.
And Shadow Margot franked the form by running second in the Geelong Cup.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
This mare will go to the front, and she will control the race, and I think she'll be very hard to beat.
She's a really nice type. Seen her in the yard a couple of times. She's a really nice mare.
Yep.
Any other value bets, mate?
Just on Saturday, race 7, number 7, Silent Achiever. Love this mare. She's a Group 1 mare from New Zealand. Ran a really good race first up in Ends Head.
Yep.
Roger James doesn't bring him over here for nothing.
No, he doesn't.
Very smart trainer.
Yep.
She gets weight off the horses in this race, Rangi Rangdu and Solzhenitsyn. She'll be sitting out the back, doing nothing, and then at the 600 she'll just take off. James McDonald's 3 from 3 on her. I think she's on the bit. She'll just go bang.
Yeah, love Silent Achiever. She's got form through Ocean Park, who, if he had drawn a better barrier, I would have labelled him for the Cox Plate. I reckon she's well in, too, as well on Saturday. I'll be watching her. I've got 2 value bets for the weekend. Friday night, race 3, number 1, Excelentes. He was beaten 3.8 lengths in a Group 2 race, first up. He does go up 5 kilos, but has won with 60 kilos before in Brisbane. But he drops down to a lowly handicap. There's some 60 raters in this race. I reckon it's a pretty thin race. His best run is second up. He'll strip much fitter. I saw him work here on Tuesday at Brekkie with the best. He worked with buffering. They weren't out to do much time because they were running on the weekend, on the Friday night. But he looked a ball of muscle. He held buffering in the run. I thought he looked really well. He is on the bit for mine and just wins. Take the $4.80 fixed odds and it is overs for mine. Excelentes. And then again, Friday night, Moonee Valley, race 7, number 4, Stella Lonte. She ran a great race in last week's 1,000 guineas to finish 5th without getting much room in the early part of the straight. She finished a head away from running 2nd. She beat all of her opponents in this race on Friday night in that race. She's actually finished in front of the favourite Love for Ransom at her past 2 starts. She gets a nice run from barrier 3, and when she gets out and finishes hard, she just wins. She's fixed $5 fixed odds. She won't miss a place. Load up for the place to save and just have plenty to win on her. She's on the bit for mine. So Lenny, the on the bit specials, we've been off the ball a little bit, but we're looking to get back on the ball this weekend. Who do you like for your on the bit special for the weekend, mate?
For me, we're going to go to Sydney, race 6, number 1, Malavio.
He's a class runner in the race. He ran a really good race first up in the shorts.
Yeah.
I followed him up and I was on him last start. He was very authoritative in his win. It wasn't that he won by a big margin, but he just had the race in his keeping. He goes up in weight here, but I think he's a horse on the up. I really like him.
Yeah.
And he's a winner twice at the distance. And loves the track as well, so I think he's on the bit for mine. Yeah,
he's a nice improving horse. I'm at Moonee Valley still on Saturday, race 3, number 3, Midnight Martini. She won the Cranbourne Cup last start on the bit all the way. She's up 3.5 kilos, but meets an easier field on Saturday, and with them right on board, who just control the race here. Her 2,000 metre form is just so strong. She just wins on the bit this week. She's $2.40 for Saturday's race, and I use her as a banker for the day, for the weekend. Off the bit lays for the weekend, Lenny. We were on the ball last week, Hot Schnitzel and Machine. Unfortunately, Machine actually fractured a leg in that run, so she's been retired. And that's not the way we want to have our off the bit lays, but yeah, so who do you like for your off the bit lay this weekend, Lenny?
Well, it was actually my best on breeding last start, which is race 3, number 1, Hoylonnie. He got all the favours last start and
the rails,
won really well. It's a great ride by Jimmy Cassidy. I don't know if that's going to happen here, but he's just gone up real steeply in weight. He's got 59.5 over the 2,000 metres. He's giving 5.5 kilos away to some horses like History No Hurdle. I just can't see him carrying the weight and winning again.
Yep. I'm off the bit with Moonee Valley race 8, number 5 on Saturday, Star of Giselle. The last race of a 2-day Moonee Valley Carnival. The track will have had 17 races on it in less than 24 hours, and I doubt the fence will be the place to be by then. She got a soft lead at Caulfield at her last start and just out-sprinted her opposition. But she's up in grade here, won't get a soft run as she did, leave her out for mine. She's $3 favourite fixed odds right now. Nah, she's off the bit for mine for the weekend. So a great weekend. We'll both be out here Friday, Saturday, Lenny, and we're really looking forward to Moonee Valley. We hope they have a lot of success with this 2-day carnival. Hopefully the weather will help out and the rain will stay away. It is a bit overcast at the moment, but we'll still enjoy our couple of days, Lenny.
Yeah, and good luck to Dream with Chosen Moment. We'll be kicking him out.
Yeah, you'll hear us shouting on Saturday if it gets up. Good luck to everyone, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.
Cheers.